Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 29, Jackson, and this will complete to Will Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 38. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Lance now on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Throwing again on second down. Lance, throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a first down. 37. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steelers had 3-9 now on the year. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And Lance's throw brought in by Austin. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Right, 97. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This take it in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first first 2 possessions, and guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
6-0 our score after 1. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them. But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Lance. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. When with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Off of play action, here's Lance. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 24, Lance. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. He's at the 40, the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Second down, ball on the 3, first down marker at the 1-yard line. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them the weak.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now, the offense, they'd really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Right. Let's go.
And Lance now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot. But we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. Here's Jackson to throw.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And out of bounds right around the 20. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Now a throw here to his running back. Pushes past him and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to the back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The Lance going to throw. It's complete to Watt. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Let's go now.
Here's Lance to throw it. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
A terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl when you have 4 in one game. I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 41, Lance.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Out to his left.
Open man is Duvernay.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Dobbins.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
This secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is, once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Lance going to try to throw for this.
And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got.
So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Now Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Miles Jack with a big-time hustle play there as he backs the offense up.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He's going to air one out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. A solid stiff arm.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
38.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This for a 4th quarter lead. Boswell's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away to his left.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by DeMonte Kazin.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
67 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now Jackson.
He'll buy some time right. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman,
68 yards.
and the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Here's Jackson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game down. Kick an extra point. Still down. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll toss to Harris. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Lance going to hold on to it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
Jackson to throw.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the
board. Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
They'll run with Dobbins.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Here's Lance.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Ravens, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.